All right, we are at 6:59. It looks like we are linked live out to YouTube. Um, we will give everybody a couple of minutes to get on into the room here, and then we'll try and make this a relatively quick meeting this month. Michael, I got your email. I have to look a little bit closer. I don't know what I sent you from PayPal, but now that I go and I start looking to print the reports, it tells me I can only do reports 31 days at a time. So it looks like I'm going to have to do kind of like I did with the bank statements and just print out all 12 months of, download 12 months of PDFs of them.
Okay. Yeah, that'll just give me something to compare to.
Okay. Because yeah, all it's giving me now is an overview of totals for the year and stuff, and that's not going to help you. And then tomorrow, at some point, I will get into Wave, and I will change permissions on that. And what was the other thing you needed from me?
I think that was it for now. I want to just get in Wave and see what I can modify, and then I might, after I do that, I might touch base with you if I have any other items I want to reconcile. It's not too much of an issue to file the state report. It's just, I want to get the accounting records in good shape going forward.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of hoping to do. My thought is, I guess once you kind of get them in order, it should be a little easier to stay on track.
Yep, exactly.
All right, we are getting there. We got another minute or so. I have to open up my little disclaimer speech. I feel like we just had a meeting. All right. 7:02, good deal. Let's get rolling here. Can everybody hear me okay?
Loud and clear.
All right. Keep me posted in case I bump the button again. Because we have at our South Carolina Cannabis Conversations online been talking about the new legislation, I'm only going to briefly touch on that stuff tonight. I'm not going to get in a whole lot of detail on it. But what I am going to do, is start the meeting as I always do, is welcome everybody that's joining me this evening, either here in the Zoom room or watching on our live stream on YouTube. Just so you're aware, if you comment on YouTube, I cannot see it. You need to join the Zoom room so I could see your comments. But if I do see them later on, I will try and answer any questions that you may have. All of our meetings are an environment of education and awareness and are not an open market for the sale, purchase, or distribution of cannabis. We do not encourage or condone illegal behavior of any kind. Get that out of the way there. As I usually start our monthly meetings is a brief overview of what's going on. Get these things out of the way here. With legislation, both federal and state level. So we'll make a real quick kind of go through on that. Click the share button, see what kind of mess I can show you here. All right. First things first, as all of you probably already know, the MORE Act passed the House back earlier in December. And if you go to NORML.org and then you click the Take Action button, it'll take you to NORML.org/act. And you will find a new one, basically a new action alert, which says, pass the House, tell the Senate. And if you click on into that, there will be a letter to your senators. Mine, Lindsey Graham and Tim Scott. Hallelujah. I don't think they're going to vote for it or try and move it forward, but I contact them anyway. So there is that. The other thing at the federal level, relatively new on the list of take action items, tell President-elect Biden to nominate a pro-marijuana reform attorney general. We don't want another Jeff Sessions, and Barr was no benefit to us as marijuana reform. Plus, he had his own entertaining things he seemed to be involved in. So hopefully we can get an attorney general that is pro-marijuana law reform. The others have been out there for a while. Tell your Congress people to join the Cannabis Caucus. Legislation pending to expand veterans' access to medical marijuana. There's the Ending Federal Marijuana Prohibition Act, and there is the Safe Banking Act. That's pretty much what's going on federal level. State, that's kind of a whole new thing. We were talking on this past Sunday, 2 nights ago. We were mostly focused on the South Carolina Compassionate Care Act bills. There are 2 of them. There's a House version, there's a Senate version. There is also a House version of a Put Patients First Act. So there is as far as I'm aware, a 3rd medical marijuana bill. I don't think there's any others beyond that at the state level. So if you go to scstatehouse.gov, and you go to this little search query box here and you type in marijuana, you hit search, and you're going to find the 10 bills that I have listed in front of me, and also you'll see on your screen. I have no clue exactly what S51 is about. It's changing language on penalizing possession, but I'm not sure in what the context is. It's not for the general public. I don't know what it is. So I'm not paying a whole lot of attention to it until I understand what it is. There's no good brief on it when you go and look into this. So if somebody wants to dive into it further and fill me in, that'd be great. But there are 3 medical bills. There are 2 decriminalization bills, I believe it is. And I have to look closely. We'll be talking about those, all the other bills besides the medical bills, this coming Sunday on our South Carolina Cannabis Conversation online. That's every Sunday at 7 p.m. And I say every Sunday, but we're kind of winding down the year. And just a real quick note to everyone that's on with us now. Our Cannabis Conversations are slated to be changed to a Wednesday evening at 7 o'clock. So hopefully that's not too inconvenient for anybody. So we will be going over all the other state level legislation there on Sunday. That takes us to our chapter news. And so let me go ahead and turn off my share here. Couple of things happening chapter wise. First one is I'd like to introduce Michael Knight as our newest board member and our treasurer. He's going to help me untangle the the mess I've made with the books over the past couple of years, and get our proper filings done with the government so that we stay in compliance as a 501c4 nonprofit organization. Michael, if you have a moment, would like to say hello to everybody and tell them a little bit about yourself and about your business, your organization.
Hello, everyone. Yes, my name is Michael Knight. Been a member of NORML since believe earlier this year, May. And yeah, my business is own a CPA firm, and I specialize in the extra rules and regulations that cannabis companies have to deal with regarding the Internal Revenue Code, 280E. Marijuana companies are subject to a whole litany of extra compliance obligations, and I'm here to help companies with that. But for the purposes of not trying to advocate my services through the NORML organization, but being part of the cannabis community, I want to be an advocate for this plant and all applications that it can do for this world.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate that. And we appreciate having you on board. The other announcement we have on our board this month is um, a change in positioning. We're sort of reformatting the organization to a four-member board. We are asking Kristen Mummert to become our deputy director. Deputy director kind of will step in anytime the director's incapacitated, but she's also been very helpful in a lot of the other aspects of us moving forward this past year. Um, and are removing the title of communications director. Not that as a board member, there's still going to be a need for a communications director down the line. But we just want to congratulate Kristen on being our deputy director.
Thank you, Scott.
You're quite welcome. Um, Talking about board members, that leaves one seat that is open that we are looking to fill, and that is our secretary position. Secretary position has sort of changed over the past few years, from when NORML was probably working more with pen and paper, and also doing, they've changed, and we followed suit with doing an annual membership fee. So that it's an annual membership instead of you get a card one time and then forever you say I'm a member. Um, that helps our coffers. I mean, be quite honest with you, just talking about finances and that kind of thing. It's not free or necessarily inexpensive to try and run a nonprofit organization, and that's why so many nonprofit organizations are always asking for money. Um, but where was I going with that? Oh, the secretary now would have probably similar responsibilities as they've had in the past, with us helping to communicate with people that are reaching out to us, whether it's members or potential members, wanting to find out more about either what we do or how they can get involved. We would ask the secretary to sort of become our membership coordinator, helping us to build our membership, helping us to build member benefits, and also just helping us kind of keep track of everybody. Um, Another position we are looking to fill is a non-board position, but that would be a volunteer coordinator. I often get, matter of fact, I think I have two of them I have to respond to, requests about, what can I do to help? What can I get? What else can I do besides just pay my dues? I want to get involved. I want to help change these laws. And having a volunteer coordinator to help us create um, opportunities for folks to volunteer and keep that again aligned and under control would be somebody that would really be beneficial to us. Uh, and that's kind of going to be my help wanted section of the meeting today. Uh, talking about membership, though, I do want to announce that we have finally completed the design out of our new um, membership card. I see if I have it here to show you. I think I have the front of it on our website. So let me go look real quick. There we go. I do not have the backs posted on the website yet, but the backs basically just have our contact info, um, our Instagram, our Facebook, and our web address. I think that's pretty much everything on the back of it. Not a whole lot of other info. But that's the new design for the new cards. Again, as you'll see, they are listed as a um, annual membership. The light color here still allows us the opportunity to print out the names and use these as name badges. The one thing we do have to order from Amazon for about, I think, $12 is a slot punch that'll punch a little slot on the top to attach the clips to. Um, so I got the membership badges on order just the other day. I will get the slot cutter on order in a day or two, and we will have our new membership badges. As I may have mentioned last month, there is um, a membership bonus during the membership drive, and that is the legalized South Carolina marijuana leaf sticker. It's about a 6-inch by 6-inch sticker. Also, the 1 1/4 inch normal button down at the bottom. And just earlier today, I posted we are going to be raffling off a copy of the board game Dope Man. Drawing, I guess is the way to put it. Every membership gets entry into the drawing. It just, for me, it ties into my love of the marijuana themed board games. Um, I think I've gone to donate a couple of them as well to the website to sell and try and raise some other funds for the organization that way. But that is going to be the other add-on for our membership drive this year, which will run through February 15th. Um, all memberships that are submitted to South Carolina NORML by the 15th will get these leaf and pin while supply lasts. The pins, hopefully, if supply runs out, will be changed to a South Carolina NORML pin. But for the time being, the extra perks are going to be Lowcountry NORML product until we can get that stuff replaced. And then, of course, the fun little board game. Oh, I do want to open it up. It's just, I don't know if it's a good game, bad game. Yeah, I'd have to play it and see. I just got these in. But I did open it up and I set a couple things up. You have, it's a buying and selling on the street type game. And so the board does consist of, like, roadways and locations. And then you have little bags of, they give you bags and then they give you these little pop outs to put in the bags of the different products. Mind you, they have 4 different products in this. They have the buds, the what looks like the white powder in the bottom of the bag, the mushrooms in the bottom of the bag. And I think there was another one in there somewhere. Oh, there we go. We've got the ecstasy. Um, so, but the other props were some of it you're robbing people. So you have some brass knuckles, you have your switchblade, and you have your gun. So, silly fun game. I hope it's fun. I haven't played it yet. And like I say, that's going to be a giveaway for the membership drive.
That's very exciting. I like it.
Thank you, thank you. I'm entertained by this stuff. So, um, and I think the only thing I had on my list besides that was the mention of the new name, South Carolina Normal. We will be, as you're probably already seeing it changing on our social media and different things like that. Um, hopefully, we have everything formalized officially with whoever the powers that may be for the following financial year. This financial year will still be filed as Lowcountry, I'm sure, till we get all that stuff worked out. But we are now the state affiliate for the of South Carolina for National Normal, and not a regional affiliate. There's not a whole lot of that goes on with um, that title, you know, bit of prestige. I think, and a little bit better, at least for us, I believe, a little bit better branding. Even talking with other chapter leaders on our calls twice weekly, people are like, where's the Low Country? Um, it's very regional. A lot of people outside of the area don't know what the Low Country means, where it is, that kind of thing. I was new to it when I first moved here, and even at the first meeting that I sat in on, discussing starting a chapter here, the discussion was, hey, should we name it Charleston Normal? And somebody in the group said, well, how about Low Country Normal? It'll sort of spread out our target a little bit. And I didn't know what the Low Country was. So I've been educated a little bit on it since then, um, and learned even a little bit more just a few days ago while talking about it on a meeting. Um, I've never flown in over the coast, and I'm told you can actually visibly see where the land basically just kind of shifts between the Midlands and the Low Country. So a little bit of geography lesson tonight. That's and that's all I got to really talk to you about. Is there any thing that you'd like to talk about? Any input? Any things you'd like to see us start doing in the new year? Um, I didn't really talk about what we've been doing politically because we have been talking about that on our Sunday night um, conversations. So if you have any questions on any of that kind of stuff, you're welcome to chime in.
Scott, I have a question. Do you have any plans to kind of, now that we're South Carolina Normal, to reach out to people across the state? I mean, it would be, I have to imagine there's many people that are intrigued in this topic, especially in Columbia, and it'd be nice to maybe see if we can recruit people there, just to, because they're with the House and Senate there, and have somebody in that city.
I would absolutely love to kind of have somebody coordinate for us up in the Columbia area, or I don't really know what happened to the folks at Columbia Normal, but they've become inactive. They've become their affiliation's been they didn't basically they haven't kept up with the paperwork and kept up with um, attending meetings and blah blah blah. So they're no longer an affiliate. They've been kind of shut down, and I think they were struggling similar to how we were, just in getting people behind us. I keep hearing stories of folks who have moved out of the state because it was easier than staying here and fighting it. They'd rather just have their medicine. And now it's interesting with some of the bills and stuff just being posted. I'm seeing people going, "Ooh, I might be able to move back home. I might be." Well, we certainly hope so. We do, but I've seen that as part of the problem. There had been actually a Charleston Normal. Um, I'm going to say about 10 years before I got to South Carolina, and that was about 5 years ago. And one of the first things I did was look for a normal chapter. And by that time, Charleston Normal was no more, because from my understanding is the people that had been basically operating Charleston Normal had packed up and moved to Colorado. Um, So my circumstances are a little bit different. I really don't have any intentions of packing up and leaving South Carolina or the Charleston area. You know, I followed family here, staying here for family, love the area. Um, and so I'm here to fight instead of, run off to where it's legal. Um, I do. Okay, here I am with the long answers to a short question sometimes. I do really want to, and I actually, one of the responses that I told you I owe somebody is somebody reached out. The person saying, "What can I do more than just pay my dues?" was from up in the Columbia area. I want to say Ogden, or I'm not sure the name of the town they told me, but it was near Columbia. They did mention. Um, Ideally, I'd like to get some sort of, well, I need to kind of check with National, see what the proper structuring is, because what was going on here in South Carolina before was all these little chapters kind of trying to do their own thing and weren't officially. Columbia did have their 501c3, which technically doesn't allow them to do lobbying to any great extent. It should be more of an educational situation. Um, that's why we want C4. We could do a C3 if we ever anticipated getting large donations that people wanted to take tax write-offs on by starting a South Carolina NORML foundation or something, and have that one strictly as an educational foundation. Um, but what they're doing is, my understanding in Virginia at this point is that they are, there's Virginia normal, and then any other chapters amongst the state are just extensions of Virginia normal. So they're all operating all under the same um, EIN number for the most part. They're the same nonprofit organization number. Um, And I think that would probably work better for us here in South Carolina as well, because it's complicated to get all the paperwork in line and in order, and to be an official, organization. Thankfully, we don't make a whole lot of money, and the requirements aren't real stringent. Um, if we would start making donations of in the you know I think the number is 50,000 and above. And then I think the rules change on how we report and stuff like that. But I don't see that happening anytime soon. um, uh, the question that, to me at the moment on that, though, Michael, just to kind of take this as the long way around, is to check with National, check with Virginia, see how they're structuring it, so that we can say to people outside of the area, we want you to participate in your area, and gather more members, more participants in your area. Um, to me, it'd be ideal to have somebody in Columbia so that we could plan lobby days and go up there and talk to legislators, and have somebody who knew the lay of the land and said, "Hey, I know where you can, I do a little pre-organizing for us. I know where you can park. I know where you can, grab a bite to eat. That kind of stuff." Um, So that is the plan, being South Carolina normal. Is to kind of try and figure out how we can incorporate um, members and volunteers throughout the state. So we'll have to work on that.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. Yeah, that's a challenging one, but there are people in the state, I think, that want to be active, and I think we need to. Excuse me. I think I've been a little lacking in giving people good opportunities to participate and volunteer. So those are things we want to work on moving forward. We'll have these conversations a couple times through some of our board meetings and some of these other cannabis conversations. The cannabis conversation one, to me, has actually got us the most activity recently than most of the other activities that we've done. And I think part of it is because we are doing it weekly. Um, I hope y'all are good with Wednesdays for 2021 on that. And
Wednesdays actually is better for my schedule, so I'm looking forward to that.
awesome, awesome. Yeah, I started to go and set those up today on, I think it was in Zoom, and it told me I could only set up to like, I couldn't quite do the whole year of next year because it was more than 365 days out. And so I have to wait until like January 1st or something to go and do it. And I'll set it all up. We'll share new numbers. I'll create a new Action Network event for it. My plan is going to be because I'm getting grief from Zoom about sharing the link that includes the password kind of thing in it. So you may have noticed in the past month or so when we post about our meetings, it says RSVP to our Action Network link event on there, and that way the Zoom meeting numbers, I guess, are not as public. Um, and because I guess their systems are getting hacked, people are coming in and using. I'm not sure what they're using them for, but when I first originally set up the account, they actually shut us down and said we were like using them inappropriately. I'm like, what are you talking about? I haven't even been on the things. Well, apparently people were going in to our Zoom room and doing sex chats. I'm like, oh, well, that's not cool. Go in your own Zoom room, man. Get a Zoom room. But yeah, they frowned upon that. And now with their major increase in business since the pandemic and many, many more organizations trying to go online for meetings and things like that, they're demanding that passwords are set up on everything and that you're, I guess, frugal about how you publish those links. So, all right. Any other last minute comments or anything for me? I'm not seeing any mics turned on. I am going to thank you all for joining me for our monthly membership meeting. We will be back here again the third Tuesday of January at 7 p.m. I don't have my calendar in front of me, so I don't know what the third Tuesday is. But it will be the third Tuesday at 7 p.m. for our monthly membership meeting. And also, we'll be back here next Sunday for the South Carolina Cannabis Conversation. We will have those, I think, one or two more times till the end of the year, and then we'll switch them up till Wednesdays. Otherwise, if you need to find us, we are at normalsc.org. You can email us at normalsouthcarolina@gmail.com. Or as always, find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Visit us there. Keep an eye. Mostly Facebook gets a little bit better activity, so watch there for updates. And we are trying to, again, increase our activity with our blog on news items. Otherwise, I'm going to again thank you for being here with me tonight. We'll be talking to you soon. Have a good night. Bye now.